All right, welcome on back to McGrath-Phillips Arena, where the Blue Demons trying to pick up that first win, not just in the conference slate, but in their entire 2021 season. 0-3 to start the year, but it's been three very tough-fought matchups. Of course, the one yesterday against this very Xavier team, and then a trip to Milwaukee. Never going to be easy to take down the top 25 rated Marquette Golden Eagles in their home gym. As we take a look to what happened in yesterday's matchup, Blue Demons really came out firing out of the gates. They took two of the first three sets, and they did it in relatively difficult fashion, but they had some solid play throughout the match, and then in the final two sets, you really got to see the Xavier Musketeers at their best in crunch time, and a group that has a lot of young players, but young players with experience. We hear all the time, especially in this 2021 year, an unorthodox one in college athletics, but it's one that a lot of these players, they may be juniors or seniors in nature, but they actually are more like sophomores and freshmen. That wasn't the case with this Xavier team, who boasts a lot of juniors and sophomores on their roster. They came out and they played with a lot of fire, and they knew how to win to close out the year. Musketeers 2-3 heading into yesterday. They pick up the win to move to 500. A season ago, 11-17 the record for Xavier, but 8-10 in the conference. That's right, they were 3-7 in the non-conference slate in those preseason tournaments, the little tune-ups to get you ready. And boy, did they get this Musketeers team ready for the Big East play. They finished 6th in the conference after being projected to finish in the bottom of the barrel. Meanwhile, on the other side for DePaul, they finished right behind the Musketeers, a couple games back, and were 6-12 in the Big East. So still 2 games back, but just one spot behind the Musketeers in the Big East standings. Of course, this season, you're not going to see your traditional standings. You've got 2 pods. It's the Midwest pod and then the East Coast pod. Blue Demons this year picked to finish 3rd in the Midwest pod. That's behind Creighton and Marquette. Meanwhile, they are projected 1 spot ahead of these Xavier Musketeers. However, it is Xavier with the current edge right now. They are 1-0 in the conference after yesterday's win, and the Blue Demons dropping to 0-3. We're just moments away here from the first serve from McGrath-Phillips Arena. Blue Demons have not had much success against the Xavier program historically. Musketeers moved to 20-6 all-time and have claimed the last 4 meetings between these two squads. Last DePaul win came in October of 2018. Christy Peffenberger really has her group ready, head coach of this Musketeers program. Every single time they come to DePaul, they never take them lightly, and it's very evident with the 9-2 record in their last 11 against these Blue Demons. And she's someone who, I won't say has figured out DePaul, because so much has changed with the Blue Demons from when she started her coaching tenure to where she is now, including the head coach of this DePaul team, Marie Zidek, who is 19-43 with her overall record, but that doesn't tell the full story of how she has rebuilt this DePaul program. Blue Demons raised themselves 100 points in the RPI from a season ago, and I think that kind of tells the better overall outlook of how this Blue Demon lineup and this Blue Demon roster has improved year to year. I mean, this was a team in 2018 with just 5 victories under their belt. They did that in their first 6 games of 2019. So if that's not improvement, I don't know what is then. All right, we're getting ready to go here. Phoenix Lee, one of the 5 freshmen on this DePaul roster, will serve it away for the first set here as we are underway in Lincoln Park. And the Blue Demons will kick it off with an ace. Phoenix Lee was fantastic from the service line yesterday. She had a pair of aces. Also contributed 35 assists and a couple of digs as well. But she gets things going off on the right foot here to begin this first set. There's Bailey Nelson coming off one of her best games as a member of the Blue Demons with 18 kills yesterday. And she gets her first early on in set number 1. Nelson, one of the 3 players in double figures for kills yesterday, joined Emma Price and Donna Brown in that department. And the Blue Demons coming out with some fire in the early going, jumping out to the early 3-0 lead. DePaul really was not the aggressor, I would say, in yesterday's matchup. Whenever there was a large disparity in a set, it usually went the way of the Musketeers. Blue Demons like to play things a little bit closer, and even sometimes a little too close at times, including the 25-23 third set that the Blue Demons won. Carl couldn't get that one to drop. Nice dig out that time by Lee. Sets it up for Nelson. Controlled by the back line. Blue Demons trying to get a block. And good overall effort there on the defense. Too much that time for the diving Jill Presley. Can't come up with that one, and Xavier gets on the board for the first time. Thanks to that kill by Lauren Hanlon. Ellie Chafee in to serve. There's Hannah Carl, the freshman. She had her moments yesterday as that ball is out of play, and the Blue Demons get their 3-point lead right back. Coach Zidek in her third season with this Blue Demons team. Her first stop as a head coach, has previously spent some time at Buffalo, also played at NIU and was a grad assistant at Oregon State, as well as a 4-year trek at San Diego, one of the top programs perennially in all of college volleyball, as the Blue Demons pick up another kill that time from Hannah Carl. Meanwhile, on the other side, Christy Peffenberger, she's had a very similar successful path. She's been dominant in the Big East, a 52-39 record after yesterday's win, as Carl sends this one into play. Weak attempt at the net. Let's see if DePaul can capitalize, and they do with Donna Brown. Blue Demons out to the early 5-point lead here in set number 1. Some of the other stops we've seen Coach Peffenberger make along the way include Notre Dame, Youngstown State, and also was an assistant at Xavier before becoming the head coach. That was a decade ago, back in 2008 to 2010. Freshman libero Stevie Wolf enters the game, and she will do the service here. 8 digs in yesterday's win, and she picks up an ace right out of the gate. So the substitution pays off in the early going for Peffenberger. Here's Wolf again. Presley. Did she grab the line? Yes, she did. Jill Presley, another one of those freshmen. Coming off a 6-kill game. Also contributed 14 digs. You'll see her scattered all throughout the floor. Also frequently on the service line as well. There's a slide. Nice dig out that time by Carl. And a ricochet off the hands of Donna Brown took Hannah Carl away from where her momentum was bringing her and turns into a Xavier point, and they've narrowed the gap down to 3. It's 7-4 Blue Demons here in set number 1. Marianne O'Toole will serve that one away and can't find inside the lines. That'll bring the Memphis transfer, Molly Murphy, into the game. Only played in 9 sets last year, but in 2018, she was prolific as a setter for the Tigers. Knuckles one up off the serve that time. Here's Price, goes off the block, and good. Emma Price picking up where she left off in yesterday's win, where she had 13 kills. And there's a crafty play by Kerrigan O'Reilly. We saw a number of those no looks where she appeared like she was going to go and set the ball and instead puts it where the DePaul defense isn't. O'Reilly a triple-double in yesterday's wins. There's the second service error of this first set alone by Xavier. And the Blue Demon lead blossoms back to 5. And with that, we will get our first timeout of the match. Coach Peffenberg wants to talk things over with her team. They're down 10-5 in set number 1 here on DePaul All Access. Blue Demons serving out of the timeout here. On top 10-5 here in set number 1. It's Jill Presley to get things going, and she kicks it off with a service error. So combined with the timeout and also that error right there, not the way you want to carry over momentum through a brief little break. And that brings O'Reilly out to serve. And there is Presley through the middle and too strong. Just couldn't find that direct angle towards the hardwood. And it's back-to-back points out of the timeout. Let's see if Xavier can go on a little run right here. O'Reilly's serve. Murray puts it up for Price. She goes off a couple of blockers and good. And I think that's the difference in the early going so far. You look at yesterday's match where Xavier outblocked DePaul 11-6, and it felt like anytime the Blue Demons tried to make a little run, they were quickly silenced by the defense of Xavier, as Chafee goes through the middle that time and finds the soft spot in the Blue Demons defense. It was really tough to accumulate some points yesterday for this DePaul team right at the net. There's Price. She delivers another kill, and Emma Price up to 3 quick ones here in the first set.
Phoenix Lee back into the Blue Demons number 6, also 11, Bailey Nelson. Lee serving.
Here's Phoenix Lee. She served to kick off the game, began it with an ace. Let's see if she's got another one in her pocket here. And off the block, a nice strike that time from the junior Nora Painter. Her head coach, Christy Peffenberger, likes to describe her as a Terminator, both for better or for worse. You know, with Painter, usually when she's hitting the ball, the point is ending. Whether or not it stays within the lines is a whole other question. Hannah Carl has that one sent back, and a double hit that time. Point will be awarded to the Musketeers. And just like that, a little 3-0 run by Xavier has this a 2-point match in set number 1. 12-10 your score. Here's Donna Brown. And she gets that one to go off the hands of Kerrigan O'Reilly. And Donna Brown starting to get in on some of the action here. And the Blue Demons take their 3-point lead right back. Brown, a 2021 preseason All-Big East member, made that 2019 All-Conference team. And this is a big year for her. It's one of those seasons now without Brittany Maxwell as a part of the program. A lot of the attention will center around her. Maxwell, so dominant in her time at DePaul, so selfless as well. Remember, she decided to take a redshirt year in what would have been her senior year so she could come back and be a part of the team last year that finished 7th in the Big East. Helped take the program to a new level, and now Donna Brown trying to do the same here in her junior year. Here's Brown up the middle, dug out that time by Franksman. And another terminated point for Nora Painter. Painter only appeared in 2 sets yesterday, but picked up 4 kills in the process. Free ball sent over. Meredith Wallace into the game, another one of those Memphis transfers. And the Blue Demons come away with that one. So things starting to get a little close. But the Blue Demons have held the lead for the entirety of this first set. Served up off a slide, and excellent execution there by Delaney Hogan. She led the Musketeers yesterday with 13 kills. A little slow to start this game, but picks up kill number 1 there. Hogan's last 2, she's had 13 and 17 kills apiece, both of which have been 5-set matches, as O'Reilly just puts it, a seeing eye serve the other way. We've seen her do that a number of times so far this weekend. There's Nelson. Excellent work there, served up by Lee, and Nelson put it away. And the Blue Demons get the lead back after it was tied for a moment there. Molly Murray. I mentioned we saw Meredith Wallace, one of 2 Memphis transfers. Here's Murray, the other one, as a nice block of the net that time. Avarie Evans-Allen was the one to send it back. Evans-Allen in the starting lineup today after coming off the bench in yesterday's loss. Again, still saw plenty of action. 9 kills and a block. Murray with the casual serve, and it tripped up Stevie Wolf. An ace for Molly Murray. She's who we've seen DePaul lean on when they need big serves. And this could be a quasi-turning point in the match here. That one looked like it was heading out. Xavier will do all it can to salvage it and send a free ball over. Let's see if DePaul can take advantage. There's a block at the net. Nice diving save by Overbeck. Turns it into another free ball. Over the top, that was Presley. Now Evans-Allen, she's blocked again. Nora Painter really active at the net here on this point. Back and forth they go. And off a block. And good. Hard fought point there and well deserved for Xavier. Saw Painter flying all over the place. Ellie Chafee got involved there as well. Blue Demons lead by a pair. Krasowski, the freshman, couldn't dig that one out. And the Musketeers with a little spurt here trying to get back in this one. And Marie Zidek wants to put a stop to it quickly. Blue Demons call the timeout. They've got a 1-point advantage here in the first set. They've led by as many as 5. They'll try to put it away when we return here on DePaul All Access. Xavier to serve out of the timeout here. It'll be Alyssa Overbeck. Musketeers crafting a little bit of a run as Meredith Wallace decides to play that one. And excellent work there by Jill Presley, the freshman. Guides that one down the line and restores the Blue Demon 2-point lead as we start to creep towards that 20-point mark where things certainly get interesting. Presley out to serve now. Coming off a 6-kill game, also had a pair of aces to go along with a pair of service errors. And that time, Blue Demons went over the net, and it'll turn into a Xavier point. Kerrigan O'Reilly on to serve. I mentioned she had the triple-double, really stuffed the stat sheet. 11 kills, 44 assists, and 12 digs. Also contributed 3 blocks as well. She was all over the place for the Musketeers. If you needed it done, she was usually the one to deliver. And there is Avarie Evans-Allen with the delivery on the other side. And the Blue Demons grab that 2-point lead back. Rachel Krasowski, the 2-time All-American by Prep Volleyball, serves this one away. Excellent delivery that time from Kelly Franksman. From the back line to put that one away. And DePaul just kind of looked blinded by that return from Franksman. Franksman will serve this one away. Hannah Carl with the delivery as these two teams continue to trade points back and forth. Neither team gaining any separation. It was the Blue Demons who once upon a time led by 5 in this set, and they're the first to 20. And Coach Pfaffenberger wants to call a timeout and go over some things here. We'll keep it right here as the Blue Demons with a 2-point lead here in this first set. DePaul, remember, was supposed to play earlier in the week. They had that game against Milwaukee that got postponed, and it's one of the rare instances you will see in all of sports this year where it actually was not postponed for COVID. In fact, it was postponed because Mother Nature decided to dump 1.5 feet of snow on the Chicagoland area. DePaul had to cancel school and therefore could not host competition here at McGrath-Phillips Arena. So Milwaukee, a game that Coach Marie Zidek still wants to try to get in on the schedule, potentially could be set up for next week or the week after. But it is going to be quite the beast to figure out scheduling in the Big East and beyond for Marie Zidek, because the way that the Big East is set up this year is only going to allow for 8 matches to be played. You are going to need 10 to be eligible for the NCAA tournament. Coach Zidek wanted to have 13 to 14 on the schedule heading into this season, and did have quite a few more. Had 5 games that unfortunately were postponed. They were all scheduled with the Missouri Valley Conference because DePaul had a mandated 2-week quarantine, and they could not get those games in because of when their students returned from their winter break. All right, so we're back underway here. Blue Demons with a 2-point lead out of the Xavier timeout. And that one, Hannah Carl put it off a hand, and no one there to gather it. And the Blue Demons with a critical 3-point lead as they sit 4 away from claiming this first set. Phoenix Lee will serve this one away. Met at the net, and that one going to be a, what are we going to get here? A net violation, it looks like, as a couple of players were tumbling into the twine, and the Blue Demons grab a 4-point lead right back. So now we're starting to see the Blue Demons with a little separation here. Good serve that time by Lee. Kept alive by Lee. There's Nelson. Can't put that one away. Tipped up, but the Blue Demons were ready for it. Excellent work there by Donna Brown and Hannah Carl, but off the block that time. Ellie Chafee picks up the point and narrows it back down to a 3-point DePaul lead. Now Chafee will take to the service line here. Junior from Kansas City, Missouri. And tied up the freshman Presley that time. And now the Musketeers making a little surge back the other way. Blue Demons went on a 4-0 run. Musketeers have trimmed that 4-point lead in half. Nelson through the middle. Body is getting tangled up. Xavier lucky to get away with that one. Here's Nelson. And that block goes out of play. And the Blue Demons now sit 2 points away. Bailey Nelson active once again. Another kill that time. Meredith Wallace comes in to serve. We did not see her yesterday. And the service error on that point right there. There's Presley. Kept alive by Overbeck. Krasowski, nice effort. Meredith Wallace makes the play, and the Blue Demons, just a lack of communication there between the two freshmen, Krasowski and Phoenix Lee. One of them should have easily put that one on the other side of the net, and instead the two got tangled up as they tried to bump it on the other end, and it ends up as a point for Xavier, who keeps creeping closer and closer. Blue Demons need 2 to close this one out here as they'll take the timeout. So DePaul, again, this is part of that learning to win process that Coach Zidek has really preached with this team. And I think yesterday was another example that there's still work to do in that regard. That was a match yesterday that I know Coach Zidek would love to have back. The way that the Blue Demons came out, took the 2-1 set lead, but then got crushed in the fourth. It may look like a 25-21 score on the scoreboard there in that fourth set, but it was 24-17 before the Blue Demons made a little 4-0 run to close it out, but ultimately not enough in that comeback effort. And then in the fifth, they dropped that one 15-12 after holding a 2-point and 3-point lead late in that set, but it was ultimately the Musketeers to pull it out. So Stevie Wolf now serving her team down by 1 here in this first set. Wallace scoops that first one up. Bailey Nelson can't get it to go. O'Reilly deflected that time, and O'Reilly going to try it again and drop it over the head of the defense. And we're all tied up at 23. So unless one team can go on a 2-0 spurt here, we should be getting some extra volleyball here in set number 1. It looked like the Blue Demons had finally started to pull it away a little bit as Jill Presley finds the opening on the back line. And now the Blue Demons will serve for the set. That'll bring Sierra Ellison, the freshman, in. Didn't do a whole lot in yesterday's matchup. Played in all 5 sets, had a service error and a dig. That's the only numbers on her stat tally. And a free ball forced to be sent over. Let's see if DePaul can make something out of it. There's Nelson. That one returned, and the outstretched arms of Ellison couldn't put up a proper set. And that'll tie us up here at 24. Again, got to win by 2 here. And Marianne O'Toole subs her way in to take this serve. Miss hit that time, and it was a double hit. Meredith Wallace could not get a clean grasp of that one. Bumped it straight to Krasowski, who was not expecting that one in the slightest, and it led to it hitting off of both of her hands. So Blue Demons, who have led this set by 4 points twice, now on the ropes. But there's Bailey Nelson with a big-time kill. Boy, did the Blue Demons need that one. And we play on here in set number 1. 25-25. Here's Murray in. She takes the big serves for this team. Again, there's confidence all the way around in this group, but we have seen the junior Murray, the transfer from Memphis, take a number of these big moments as that one's out of the reach of Krasowski, and Xavier takes the edge here. Can they hold serve? Over back in. Evans-Allen tried to tip that one over. Kept alive. Nice effort there by Carl. Here's Price. Xavier up, and they'll take set number 1 there. Ellie Chafee closes it out. And the Musketeers come storming back and take this one 27-25. Blue Demons gonna need a response here in set number 2. We'll have it for you when we come back on DePaul All Access. Start of set number 2 here from McGrath-Phillips Arena. Blue Demons dropped the first one. They had a couple of opportunities to win. They were up 23-21. And then the Musketeers came storming back and claimed it 27-25. Now, it was not for lack of a slow start. We've seen DePaul get out to some fast starts so far this season, including yesterday. They did win that first set, and then they held a number of leads. In fact, they controlled that first set. The only time we saw Xavier lead was when they got to 26-25. And now here we are as the Blue Demons will come out and pick up point number 1 through the middle. Excellent work there by Donna Brown, and she'll head back to the service line. So the Blue Demons have scored first in each of the first 2 sets. Remember, they got out to that early 5-1 run. Looked like they might make quick work of Xavier, and instead we got some extra volleyball in the first set. That one sent back. Delaney Hogan, the 6-foot freshman middle blocker from Fort Wayne, Indiana, contributed to 8 blocks yesterday. She had an all-around fantastic game, 13 kills to go along with that. Both of those numbers led the team. Isabel Banez checking in for the first time in the last 2 games, and she can't handle that one off the back row. Have not seen much of Banez after being the starting libero from a season ago. Presley. That one up for Painter, and she beats a couple of blockers, and Xavier with a 3-0 run here in the early stages of this second set. Stevie Wolf on to serve. And there's Bailey Nelson. Whenever DePaul needs a big point, whenever there's a little run going on the other end, that's when you have seen Nelson come in with some big points. Both her, I would say the freshman Hannah Carl has also contributed to that as well. And the Blue Demons getting one that time from Nelson, who's coming off an 18-kill performance. There's Painter, dug out Banyas. Good to see her back in action. And that one sailed a little high out of the hand of Presley. Blue Demons getting doubled up right now, 4-2 your score. Both of these groups very young. Xavier with 6 freshmen last year, Blue Demons with 5 this year. And they're looking for immediate contributions from both. And, you know, it's been one of those things. These DePaul freshmen, even though they've taken their lumps in the early going, they are not afraid to step on anyone's toes. They're all about just kind of going in, baptism by fire, as Marie Zidek likes to call it. Evans-Allen picks that one up off a floater. Blue Demons with the 5-3 deficit right here. Jill Presley in to serve. Kept alive by Krasowski, but Murray couldn't find where she was on the court. Thought she was near that stanchion and couldn't make the play on that one. Overbeck the libero in, wearing that navy jersey today for the Musketeers, as a net violation that time. So Xavier with the early control. When they won their sets yesterday, they were dominant. Evans-Allen too strong on that one. And it's a 5-point deficit here in this second set. Here's Price. Beats a couple of blocks that time, and a much-needed point for the Blue Demons. They trail by 5. That one sails long from Krasowski. Xavier right now with the 9-4 lead here, second set. Musketeers took set number 1, 27-25. There's Price, and she drops that one in. Blue Demons can't afford to just trade points here. They need to get on a little bit of a run if they want to come back in this one. That's what we saw out of Xavier, not just in the first set, but we saw that a number of times yesterday, especially in the later stages. They would go on these runs, and it would get them right back into certain sets, especially if they were struggling a little bit early on. Is that one too hot for Krasowski? Powerful swing from Lauren Hanlon. Did not play 2 matches ago, but Hanlon returned yesterday with 5 kills and 3 blocks, local to the DePaul area. Redshirt sophomore out of Woodstock, Illinois, attended Marion Central Catholic. As an ace drops in that time for Kelly Franksman. Had an ace yesterday. Player that the staff really likes. Works hard, plays hard. Even though she may not have all of the physical gifts that some of the other athletes on the team have, she makes the most of it. And in fact, in the words of Coach Christy Peffenberger, she moves like a grandma, but she competes every single point. And sometimes it's that heart over the talent that you will take at the end of the day. Isabel Banyas in to serve. And that one is shanked out of the hands of the libero Overbeck. Blue Demons back within 4. Nice dig out that time by Banez. Floated over. Picked out of there by Nelson. Down the line, but too wide. Bailey Nelson had a nice dig to keep it alive, and Presley just couldn't tuck it inside that white line. Ellie Chafee in to serve. That one handcuffed Carl. Didn't know whether to set it or bump it. And it turns into an easy point the other way. Delaney Hogan, the freshman, finishes that one. And the Blue Demons forced to take a timeout. They're down by 6 here, midway through set number 2. We'll be right back on DePaul All Access. Blue Demons trying to climb their way out of a 6-point hole here in this second set. Already down 1, so they need to spark some sort of rally here. Nice job by Kerrigan O'Reilly to keep that one alive, and the Blue Demons come away with it. A diving Nora Painter couldn't come up with that one and save it. And was that timeout by Coach Zidek exactly what this team needed? We'll find out these next couple of points. Here's Donna Brown on for service. And the block at the net that time, giving the Xavier Musketeers a little bit of their own medicine. Avarie Evans-Allen got her paws on it. And the Blue Demons knifing into this lead bit by bit here. They trail by 4 here in the second set. A miss hit that time, and now the Blue Demons starting to make things a little bit interesting. 3-0 run out of the timeout for DePaul, who once trailed by 6 in this set. Blocked back. Painter to Hogan. O'Reilly saved it. Nice defense there. But in comes Evans-Allen to put it away. Oh, no. They're going to say that went down on the side of DePaul and maybe an infraction as well. Yes, it looked like Evans-Allen may have reached over. So they'll give that point to the Musketeers, and Xavier with the 14-10 edge. Krasowski couldn't come up with that one cleanly, and Banez forced to send it over. And Banez diving all over the floor, but can't come up with that one. And it's quickly back to a 5-point deficit for the Blue Demons, who started to mount a little bit of a comeback, but can't let this one start to get out of the way. Krasowski handcuffed on that one. They got her backpedaling, and it was ball game over after that. Musketeers lead by half a dozen. Krasowski has that one sent back. And Rachel Krasowski having a little bit of trouble here controlling some of these serves. And Coach Zidek forced to take another timeout with her team down 7 here in the second set. Blue Demons already down a set. They'll need to mount a big rally when we return here on DePaul All Access. Musketeers in control of this second set as Banez can't handle that serve from Stevie Wolf, and it turns into an ace. Xavier has dominated the sets that they've won this weekend and trying to pick up another decisive one here. Nelson sends it cross court for Presley, and she splits the defense. Jill Presley, the Max Preps and Under Armour All-American from a season ago, Little undersized for that outside hitter position, but she can elevate. And it's led to a number of points throughout the weekend for this DePaul team. 6 kills yesterday. And one more right there on that last one. Nice save that time by Krasowski. Here's Presley again. Painter tries, and she finishes. Xavier has had the most success this weekend with 2 attacks. It's either been the blocks that they've come up with or attacking that back row of DePaul. Blue Demons just haven't had any bodies back there, and the Musketeers have found the soft spots in the defense. Double hit that time. Some more sloppy play by DePaul, and they're in a 9-point hole here in the second set. And Coach Zidek going to get a couple substitutions in here. Bring in the freshman Hannah Carl. Make it a 10-point lead now for Xavier. And now you're starting to see the effects of not having a setter that returned from a year ago. And not just that, but not having that preseason work that you're used to. Some of those games where you iron out some of these kinks. Again, DePaul being thrown into the fire here as they trail 22-11 here in set number 2. Blue Demons played those first 2 games against Marquette. That was their first dose of real live game action this season. This is just game number 4 for them, all 4 of which have come in conference play. You're not going to probably see that ever again. Set up that time, and Evans-Allen cashes in.
Avarie Evans-Allen with the kill. Back to serve number 3, Jill Presley.
But you're seeing in a number of these points, especially the ones for DePaul, sometimes you just see them hit right into their own net, and they're not getting the proper setting that they were used to. Some sure-handed players a season ago between Katie Dolan as well as Natalie Hayward. Dolan graduated, Hayward transferred, and it's 2 new setters in for the Blue Demons, and they're still trying to work everything out. Again, not a year that I would imagine Coach Zidek or really any coach across the country is going to put a ton of stock in terms of evaluating their team, especially in this shortened 8-game slate in conference play. You're used to playing more than double that, 18 Big East games from year to year. Krasowski in, her team down by 10, serves this one away. There's Price, too strong on that one. And now the Musketeers a point away from taking a 2-0 lead.
Serving number 6, Kerrigan O'Reilly.
Here's O'Reilly. Meredith Wallace, nice strong attack there, but better defense. And there's the wall at the net by Donna Brown and Emma Price to turn that one back. That'll check Phoenix Lee in to serve here. You just want to see fight out of a young team here. Not been an easy set for this group. Well, that's how you change the cultures. The never quit attitude, and Donna Brown comes up with the block that time. It'll be really tough to come all the way back and take this one, but it's just the fight you want to see in these almost unwinnable sets. And another block. So now the DePaul defense stepping up, and you're just hoping that they can channel this into set number 3 and try to complete the 2-set comeback. Whatever they're doing right now, you hope that they can carry it over into the next one. And there's another one. There's Nelson with the kill that time. Blue Demons continue to creep back here, and to the point where Coach Peffenberger wants to call timeout and talk things over with her team. We'll keep it here. You're not going to see that very often. 1 point away, your team is up by 12, and the other team just starts to make a little comeback here. We've seen DePaul slap a 5 spot on the board and have started to put together bit by bit a little bit of a run here. Probably not going to be enough to eventually take the set, but it's this energy and effort. They're not looking like the DePaul team we saw at the beginning of this second set. Looking a lot more like the DePaul team that we saw at the beginning of the first set, remember, when the Blue Demons got out to that 7-2 lead, but let that wilt away down the stretch and ended up dropping the set 27-25. So we'll see if they can keep this energy going from sets 2 to 3. Musketeers a point away. Phoenix Lee still on to serve out of the Christy Peffenberger timeout here. How long can the Blue Demons keep this run going here? Lives another point. Excellent work there off the net and an ace. And this is where you just want to try to test some of these little things out like that. No harm, no foul if you drop the point. Blue Demons on a 6-0 run. And now it feels like a little Freaky Friday here, as some of the miscues that we saw the Blue Demons have earlier in the set, we're seeing plague Xavier. A lack of communication there. Blue Demons have also picked up a number of blocks here late in this set, and all of a sudden it's a respectable 24-19. And that point, they're going to call a double hit against DePaul, and that will wrap up this second set. So the Musketeers hold off the Blue Demon rally. We'll see if DePaul can bottle up the energy that they had in those final 8 points and take it into set number 3. Going to need a big-time comeback, down 2-0 as we go to the third. We'll be right back for the third on DePaul All Access. Musketeers in firm control of this match. They're up 2-0 as we head to the third. Coach Peffenberger going to send a couple of new faces out there that we have yet to see, including number 8, Mariah Hopkins, the senior right side from Mableton, Georgia. Blue Demons did close out that first set strong, 8-2 to finish out that third set, and they're going to have to find some sort of that energy to open up this third if they want to keep this one going. DePaul still searching for that first victory on the season, and Phoenix Lee will open things up. That one off a block and good. DePaul has captured the first point in all 3 sets, just haven't had the opportunity to get to 25. We'll see if they can come out with some of that fire that they had down at the end of the second. Nice play that time by Hopkins. Maybe the most powerful strike we've seen so far today. Evens us up at 1 apiece. Wallace decides to play that one. Through the middle, there's Jill Presley. And if you're DePaul here, you'd like to dispose of Xavier real quick. Try to get some of that momentum back on your side. Blue Demons had a large lead in that first set Led by 4 a couple of times. It got as large as 5. Blocked that time. Excellent work at the net again. We've seen that duo of Nelson and Brown really turn back a couple of good scoring opportunities for Xavier. The Blue Demons with the early 2-point lead here in a crucial third set. Do or die for the Demons. Delaney Hogan, and that one gets away from a diving Rachel Krasowski. Here's Stevie Wolf on. One of the freshmen this year for Christy Peffenberger. 1 of 3. And she picks up the ace right here. Wolf, one of those players that Peffenberger really loves to coach. A no-excuse sort of kid. She said, I could ask her to hit outside, and you wouldn't hear a peep out of her. Not going to talk behind her back. She would just go out and do it. Not going to question it one bit. If she thinks it'll make her better, she's all game for it. All tied up at 3. There's Donna Brown through the middle, kept alive by Overbeck. And that one sails wide on the return, and the Blue Demons retake the lead. Remember, DePaul never trailed until it got to 26-25 in the first set. And then Xavier claimed it on the very next point. On a slide that time, and Donna Brown can't keep up with Delaney Hogan. Back and forth they've gone. The third set was the most competitive yesterday as well. We had 12 lead changes. We've already seen a number of ties in this one. Donna Brown picks that one up there. The goal this year for the Blue Demons was to get inside that top 4 in the Big East. They're having some troubles here in the early going against this Xavier team as they pick up a big point there and take the 6-4 lead. Here's Murray. And right into the net on that one. Overbeck on to serve. There's Evans-Allen, and it short hops the Libero Overbeck, and the Blue Demons back to their 2-point lead. So DePaul trying to get into that top 4, obviously going to be tough this year, especially with the way things have started. An 0-3 record out of the gate as that one sails long from Meredith Wallace. But you just want to see growth. Again, you're going to be returning a number of these players for next season. And not just that, but the freshmen are also going to get that traditional off-season work that they're used to. Some of those non-conference games that help build their confidence and also just get them that experience that they need. As a nice roll shot there from Mariah Hopkins, who has come off the bench and been fantastic. Just the first set that she's appeared in so far today. And Hopkins already with a pair of kills. We're tied at 7. Franksman saved by Price. There's Franksman, will try again, and it goes long. Blue Demons get that lead right back. We're once again seeing a very competitive third set here.
Back to serve the Libero, number 7, Rachel Krasowski.
And the notable difference today, it's that DePaul has been much better at the net in terms of defense. We've collected 8 blocks so far to just the 3 for the entirety of the Xavier team, who had 11 yesterday. That one touches the wood. And we're tied at 8. Although some of those changes that we mentioned statistically have not necessarily led to more success. At this point in the last game, the Blue Demons were tied at 1 and on their way to a third set victory. That block attempt goes out of play. Gives DePaul the lead right back. Shanked that time out of the hands of Painter, and that time you're seeing the Terminator nickname go for worse as opposed to better, which we have seen for the most part today. Painter leading the way with 6 kills for Xavier. Lee left that serve short and has it sent right back at her. Blue Demons still lead 10-9, trying to pick up their first set. They trail 2-0 in that department. There's Presley up the middle. A couple of Musketeers tried to return that one and couldn't come up with anything. Haven't seen the Blue Demons separate quite yet in this set. Let's see if they can go on a little offensive spurt here. Wallace tips that one over. And Krasowski mishits that one. Here's Stevie Wolf's serve. And now the Blue Demons shanking a couple on their end. And it allows Xavier to get right back into this one. The ace there for Stevie Wolf. There's Nelson, sent back. O'Reilly puts it up for Painter. Blue Demons can't handle that one at the net. We're starting to see the success of the Musketeers from yesterday start to play a much bigger role here. It's been with the service, and it's been blocking. And that's something that head coach Christy Peffenberger said this team is going to need to do a lot better if they were going to come in and pick up a couple of tough wins against the Blue Demons. That was serve and pass better. And also, don't let the Blue Demons tip on them either. We have not really seen DePaul have much success with the soft stuff this entire weekend. Blue Demons get one right back. They're trailing for the first time in this set. Can't handle that one either. And we're tied up at 13, halfway home here in the third set. Nelson got it past the hands of Franksman. And the Blue Demons now on a 3-0 run to take the lead back. And Coach Peffenberger calls a timeout as a fired up DePaul bench meets the players on the court as they talk things over. Blue Demons trying to claim their first set of this match. We'll be right back on DePaul All Access. .3-0 DePaul Spurt has the Blue Demons on top 14-13 here in the third. It's do or die for the Blue Demons. Already trailing 2-0, and out of the timeout, there's Nora Painter to pick up the tie. So whatever Coach Peffenberger reiterated to her team that time worked. Xavier trying to make quick work here. There's Nelson, and that one sent wide. Musketeers reclaim the lead on top by 1. Nelson brings the power. Nice save that time by Franksman. Blue Demons will try their luck again. Wallace goes off a couple of blockers. Ties this one back up at 15 apiece. Here's Murray in. Could be a turning point in this set for either side. Not fooled by the no-look from O'Reilly right there, and that one grabs the line for the Blue Demons. Fired up on the court, Meredith Wallace. She's seen her spurts of action so far today after not seeing any playing time in yesterday's match. And the Blue Demons back with the 1-point lead. That one's long. And it's another 3-0 run for the Blue Demons. That'll bring in Mackenzie Manget. First time we've seen her all weekend. Checks in on that front line on the near side for Xavier. Whenever Coach Peffenberger has brought in someone off the bench like that, they usually come in and make some sort of impact right away. That time it's the freshman Hogan. You've seen plenty of her all week. And I'm sure the Blue Demons wouldn't like to see her very much the rest of the season. Hogan with 6 kills today, had 13 yesterday in the 5-setter. Evans-Allen with the power.
Avarie Evans-Allen with the kill. 21 Meredith Wallace serving.
Tip attempt unfruitful. That one goes long, and nobody touched it on the Xavier side. Presley tried to connect on that one, and just too much. (18-17) Blue Demons on top. Here's O'Reilly's serve. Strong hit that time, but scooped up by Marianne O'Toole. Presley knocks that one inside the lines, and the Blue Demons now with a 2-point lead as it's starting to get a little bit later here in the third set. DePaul needs this one as Krasowski checks in to serve. And a shank on that one. Manget and O'Toole couldn't communicate who was going to take it. Both got tied up. And now the Blue Demons with a late 3-point lead, and that'll force Coach Peffenberger to call timeouts. Xavier in a 3-point hole. Blue Demons trying to claim their first set of the match. We'll be right back. Blue Demons with a 3-point lead here in the third set. DePaul trying to claim their first set of the match. We saw a comeback yesterday. It was Xavier who was down 2-1 and put it on DePaul to close it out. Now the Blue Demons trying to get some comeback revenge here on a Saturday. That one was just whiffed by Ellie Chafee. And a miscue out of the Xavier timeout extends the Blue Demon lead to 4. Krasowski on to serve again. Manget serves it wide. Can the Blue Demons close this one out? Remember, they had a very similar predicament in the first set. They were up 23-19, but allowed Xavier to hang around, get back in it, and the Musketeers pulled it out 27-25 as Krasowski has the first Blue Demon miscue we've seen in quite a while. So DePaul with the 4-point lead. They sit 3 away from closing this one out and picking up their first set. Here's Kelly Franksman on to serve. Emma Price. And that one booted way too long. Credit Price there with the hard strike, a little Newton's law of forces, equal and opposite forces there. Price sent it in hot, and Franksman on the ricochet sent it all the way over the back line, and now the Blue Demons with 2 points to go here in the third set. Phoenix Lee, a prolific server for this team. The freshman picks up the ace right there. Boy, did that ball just die. A little bit of top spin. And that one took a sharp angle to the ground. Overbeck got up like I couldn't believe that one died as quickly as it did, and now it's set point for DePaul. There's Hopkins. Went up for it, and a double hit that time by the Blue Demons out of the Hopkins strike. No one has more power on this Xavier team than Mariah Hopkins, that's for sure. Here's Donna Brown trying to close it out, but couldn't find a hand. DePaul doesn't want to let this one slip away. I'd imagine if Xavier scores here, you might see a timeout out of Coach Zidek. Here's Lee, sets one up. And that one drops. No timeout necessary. And the Blue Demons pull away late and pick up the 25-23 set victory. Musketeers still with a 2-1 edge, but the Blue Demons will try to come back and force a fifth when we return here on DePaul All Access. On to the fourth set here from McGrath-Phillips Arena. The Blue Demons keep this one alive with a 25-20 victory over Xavier in set number 3. DePaul dropped each of the first 2. They got hammered in the second and then let one slip away in the first. We easily could be a 2-1 the other way here, as the first one went to some extra points. 27-25 was the final. And now Xavier will serve to open up the fourth. Blue Demons with their backs against the wall once again. We'll see if they can kind of channel the energy of that third set and also the end of the second set. Even though it did not end favorably, the Blue Demons did finish strong, but it's Xavier who comes out and picks up the first point here. First time all afternoon that the Musketeers have struck first. This is a Xavier group that likes to overachieve, and there is Jill Presley, just a freshman, but overachieving what her age expects of her on that point. And now she'll head back to the service line. Last year, Xavier picked 9th, finished 6th. This season, they're picked 4th in their 5-team division, and already with a 1-0 start to the year as Donna Brown puts that one away and gives the Blue Demons the lead. DePaul still searching for that first conference victory, and if they came back and picked this one up, it might feel like 2. Shanked that time from Overbeck, and the Blue Demons on an early 3-0 lead. Rather, 3-0 run. Franksman with the free ball over. Here's Donna Brown attacking that back line. It's been interesting to see. It feels like the Blue Demons have kind of handed this Xavier team a little bit of their own medicine. We saw a lot of back row strikes as well as some blocks for DePaul, which is the exact formula we saw yesterday as another serve is shanked that time. The ace for Presley. And the Blue Demons with a 5-1 lead. And Presley lines that one into the net. Hopefully not something that's going to kill the momentum here. Here's Meredith Wallace. She's looked solid in the limited time she's been out there today. Wallace again. And that one going to be a double hit that time. So Xavier's starting to claw their way back bit by bit here. There's Wallace. She tucks that one inside the line. 6-3 your score. Blue Demons doubling up the Musketeers early on. If they can force another set, they'll play it to 15 as Wallace sends that one back. Blue Demons have had that presence at the net defensively all weekend long. And there's Evans-Allen with the kill. No one brings more energy to this team than Avarie Evans-Allen, and she was fired up after that one. Blue Demons trying to pull away bit by bit here. 7-3 lead, and Donna Brown. Ooh, that one looked like it was heading out. Instead, DePaul got a gift. They keep it alive that time. And that one sails wide. You heard a number of Xavier players yell out on that serve attempt by Brown. But you saw Marianne O'Toole play it as it lied. And Xavier in a 5-point hole early on here in the fourth set. Blue Demons with their backs up against the wall. We'll be right back. Donna Brown in for service. Blue Demons riding high. 8-3 and a shank out of the gate. Some sloppy play on the Xavier side. And the Blue Demons taking advantage. Already the third ace of this fourth set. It's only 9-3. Brown again. Poked back. Blue Demons will set it up. Evans-Allen tried to get a tip. Mistimed that jump. And that one going over Xavier's way. Coach Zidek trying to argue. They're saying that Avarie Evans-Allen reached over the net that time. They're going to try to talk this one over. We actually might see this one get replayed. Anytime you see that side official come over, that gives it a chance. All right, so it will not go DePaul's way. So hand that point over to Xavier. There's Wallace. That one sails wide. Oh, but they'll say it went off a hand. Didn't look like it from this vantage point. (9-5) your score. Blue Demons with the lead. Evans-Allen has it sent back. Wallace will give it a try. Scooped out of there by O'Toole. Overbeck with the free ball. Nelson gets that one to go off a hand. Bailey Nelson been a little quiet at times, but coming up in a big way there. Nelson with 9 kills today, second on the team. But a bulk of those coming in the first and second sets. And Presley not over there to get that one. Didn't know if that was coming her way. 10-6 your score. There's Price. Blue Demons will get a free ball here. Evans-Allen pinballs that one around, and a fourth hit necessary. Blue Demons pick up a big point right there. Musketeers get that one right back. After this one for Xavier, they don't know when their next game will come into play. They've had a number of games next weekend get canceled. Both of their matches with Creighton. So they'll be searching for an opponent during the week and the weekend, as that one is going back to Paul's way. Meanwhile, the Blue Demons, they'll take on Butler. Those games will be right here on DePaul All Access. And then if everything is A-OK COVID-wise with Creighton's program, who had their games this week or next weekend and this weekend for that matter against both Marquette and Xavier next weekend. Those were postponed. If everything's all right with that program, then that is where DePaul will close out its Big East slate. Uphill battle for the quest to get into the Big East tournament. There's Price, and it sails long. 12-9 your score here. Presley saves that one. And there's Donna Brown out of the middle. It's been really impressive, really what all of the hitters for DePaul have done so far this season. You're not getting that chemistry down with your setters. It's been everything in practice, and then you're just kind of flying into it blindly into the games. But nailing that chemistry down in the in-game experience has been quite the trip for this team, and you'll see players like Donna Brown or Emma Price or Avarie Evans-Allen who just kind of have to time up their jumps a little bit better each time. And it hasn't been easy for them. This is not going to be an easy season. It almost feels like this 2021 season is sort of the preseason for the next 2021 season, which you'll see in the fall. Sent back that time, but it was a double hit, and that's the power of Mariah Hopkins. Sometimes she winds up and can crush that ball so hard that it'll deflect off of one hand and onto the other. Blue Demons still with the 4-point lead. They're over halfway home here in the fourth set, trying to force the fifth. And that one goes long. Xavier creeping back into it slowly, bit by bit here. There is Presley tacking on to her game high 15 kills in this one. Presley up to a career high now. In fact, surpasses the total of the prior two games for her, where she had 7 and 6 kills respectively. Can't dig that one out. So the lead dwindles back down to 3. Here's Meredith Wallace. And that one poked out of bounds. And the Blue Demons will come out with that point and get that 4-point lead right back. Donna Brown on to serve. Evans-Allen crushes that one. And the Blue Demons with a 5-point lead starting to pull away bit by bit here late. Brown still on. There's Painter. Nice pickup, Brown. Wallace. Scooped out of there by O'Toole. Painter again. Dug up, but the whistle blows and a reach that time. That sends Alyssa Overbeck back to serve. Blue Demons' lead is back down to 4. Nelson has that one tipped. Sent back. That excellent middle for DePaul. Did their best that time, but the point ends up heading the other way with Xavier. So things now starting to get interesting. Blue Demons led by 6. It's dwindled down to 3. Wallace rejected. That's the Xavier team we saw yesterday, and Coach Zidek wants a timeout. Musketeers have trimmed the lead down to 2. Blue Demons in a do-or-die set will try to keep this train rolling here when we come back. So So the Blue Demons have watched their 6-point lead get cut down to 2. And they'll try to respond out of Coach Zidek's timeout for the Blue Demons. Krasowski. There's Presley with the end-over-end return. Poked up and over. There's Nora Painter, and she is fired up after picking up a big point there. The Blue Demons lead down to 1. Now Coach Zidek having a conversation with her staff, trying to sort some things out. It looked like Meredith Wallace dinged up as she comes off, met by a trainer, trying to get some water. May have been hit in the nose. We got a little pause in the action here. So we'll recap how we got where we're at right now. Blue Demons dropped the first set after being in command nearly the entire time. Then Xavier came out in the second firing. They took it 25-19, but that doesn't tell the full story. The Blue Demons closed it out actually on an 8-2 run, but that one was controlled essentially start to finish by Xavier. Blue Demons marched back and put a similarly dominant victory in the third, and here we are in the fourth. DePaul on top 17-16, trying to force a fifth. There's number 17, Allison Denneman, the Pacific transfer in, and Painter has that block rejected but out of bounds. And we're tied at 17. Blue Demons letting a 6-point lead evaporate to 0. 6-0 run here for Xavier. Painter. That's her 4th kill of the run. It's a 7-0 stretch. And the Musketeers have pulled ahead by 1. Their first lead of this 4th set since 1-0. Nelson flubs it over. Painter again. Rolled that one over, and Denneman was there. Now Denneman tries to go through a couple of hands, but can't find one. Looks like the DePaul bench was trying to get a lift call, and a timeout called by the Blue Demons. Coach Zidek will use her final one of the 4th set. DePaul, once up 6, now down 2. Trying to stop an 8-0 spurt from the Musketeers. We'll be right back on DePaul All Access. So the Musketeers, who once looked dead to rights here in this 4th set, have used an 8-0 run to take the lead on the Blue Demons and are trying to close this one out, and you can stretch it out to 9. Who would have thought? Oh, no. Did they call a lift or a double hit there? Didn't quite catch the call. Regardless, DePaul actually does snap that one. So the run over there for Xavier. And the Blue Demons will try to gain momentum back their way as Coach Peffenberger pleads her case. So a couple substitutions coming in. Coach Peffenberger's pleas were not answered. And Molly Murray in. So now the race to 20 is back on. Price has it slammed back in her face. And a little delayed call there by the officials on both sides. But it does end as a Xavier point, and the Musketeers now sit 5 points away. Kerrigan O'Reilly heads back to the service line. Another impressive day for O'Reilly with her 37 assists. Presley sets this one up. There's Evans-Allen. Back and forth at the net. Price crushes that one home and brings the Blue Demons back within one. Xavier thought that Evans-Allen may have come over across the net, but did not pick up the call there. Krasowski has that one slip away from her, and Presley just never could get comfortable with that one. Pats herself on the chest, saying that one's my bad. Had that entire back row to operate and just could not tuck it in. Evans-Allen beats a blocker there, and the Blue Demons with a big-time point. Back within one. Things starting to get interesting down the stretch. Remember, DePaul led by 6 earlier in this set, and they need this one. They trail 2-1. Nice work there by Mary Ann O'Toole. Goes across the formation and sets that one in for another Xavier point. Musketeers now 3 away from picking this one up. Price. Someone aired on that set. There's Presley trying to bring the Thunder, and Xavier can't keep that one alive. Probably one of the more unorthodox paths you'll see taken to a ball there, as Mariah Hopkins went to the bench, went all the way around the scorer's table. It kind of reminds me, sometimes you'll see in baseball, you'll see the tracker that takes you a fielder's path to go field a ball that's hit in the air. And sometimes you see some very strange ones, sometimes you see some direct ones, and that one was all over the place as Hopkins went to the table, around the table, by the benches. Ultimately could not come up with it. Blue Demons down by 1. Coach Peffenberger using her final timeout. So neither coach can talk things over with their team after this one. Things get intense here, 22-21. Blue Demons need this one much more than Xavier does, in more ways than one. I'm not just talking about this set. I'm talking about the entire match as a whole. If DePaul can complete the comeback here, then it's a whole new game. You can throw out the fact that Xavier was once up 2-0. It's first to 15 after that. So we'll see what happens on the other side here. But DePaul, you got to imagine, Coach Zidek, the message she is stressing is finish the same way that you have finished the last 2 sets. Even though they didn't win the second set, the Blue Demons used an 8-2 run to finish strong, and then that energy and effort carried over into the third, and the Blue Demons were able to come away with the victory 25-20. And if they can close this one out the same way that they have the last two, should be good enough to force a fifth. All right. Phoenix Lee serves that one away. There's a slide, and it's sent back by Presley, the freshman, having a monster game here. A block that time to go along with her 15 kills, and we're tied up at 22 with the Blue Demons in control. Lee's serve. There's Hopkins. That's who Xavier wants to get the ball to in these big situations. Whenever she touches it, good things happen as that one stays inside the line. And the Musketeers now within two. (23-22). Stevie Wolf in to serve. Here's Nelson. And into the net. Just could not elevate that one enough. And Xavier has a triple match point here. Wolf serve. That one sent the Blue Demons backpedaling. Overbeck will set things up. O'Toole sends it wide, and the Blue Demons still with a pulse. Match point again here. Blue Demons need this point, or they will drop to 0-4 on the season. Tipped over, kept alive Krasowski, and batted back with their backs against the wall. Donna Brown and Allison Denneman coming up big, getting their hands on that one. And they're going to need more than 25 points to decide this fourth set. Presley on to serve. Sends it away. O'Toole has it flattened at the net. And boy, has Donna Brown come up big alongside Bailey Nelson. And you can even throw in Allison Denneman on that front line. And now the Blue Demons with a set point opportunity, trying to cap off a 4-0 run. Blocked back. Nice work once again at the net for the Blue Demons. Presley keeps it alive. Nelson finishes off the fourth set. DePaul comes screaming back. And Jill Presley putting together her best performance since arriving on campus. A fifth set coming up. Blue Demons trying to erase a 2-0 set deficit. Can they pull off their first victory of the season? We'll have that on the other side. You're watching DePaul All Access. Blue Demons have capitalized on these last two sets. Their backs have been up against the wall, and they have handled that pressure and are trying to pick up their first win of this 2021 campaign. DePaul has dropped all three thus far, trying to get that first Big East and that first overall win. And they will lead things off and go off a hand in good. They claim the first point of this fifth set. Xavier took the first one, 27-25. Also the second, 25-19. But the Blue Demons, 25-20 and then 26-24 in the fourth. And that is where we find ourselves right now. DePaul playing their best ball of the afternoon as of late. It was a little sloppy in that first and second set, but they have tightened up some of those loose screws and have found themselves in a 2-0 lead to begin this fifth set. Neither coach likes to get ahead and actually let the other team get ahead is what I meant to say there. And they like to use those timeouts early, not let things get out of control. Presley, that one off a hand and good. And it's the Blue Demons with the 3-0 run to begin this pivotal fifth set. Back-to-back five-setters. And in the case of Xavier, their prior game against Marshall was also a five-setter heading into this one. So a lot of volleyball under the belts of this team. There's the kill for Bailey Nelson. She sent that one back, and the Blue Demons continue to pile it on here. Another look, and that time it's Chafee, who's been a little silent so far today, but picks up a critical point there to stop the bleeding just a bit. There's Kelly Franksman. 4-1, the Blue Demon lead. Presley beats the defense that time. And DePaul continuing to pour it on. Coach Peffenberger trying to settle down her troops from the sidelines right now. Right here, you just can't have a service error. You don't want to self-inflict anything. Hopkins can't get much power behind that one. There's Nelson. Free ball sent, and off the antenna it goes. Point heading the Blue Demons' way. 6-1. We have not seen this dominant of a start in a single set today for DePaul. Presley. Oh, the finesse off the net. That one hugging the line. And put away by Donna Brown. Coach Peffenberger still has not called timeout, and here it comes. And boy, do they need it. The Blue Demons pouncing on the Musketeers. 7-1 here in set number 5. We'll be right back. To complete the epic comeback here, and it's a good start, nearly halfway home in this fifth set. O'Toole, that one scooped up by Lee. Here's Meredith Wallace. Back to O'Toole, slowed down at the net. Donna Brown comes through the middle. Poked over. Blue Demons getting in the system. Wallace with the power. Maybe the most powerful strike we've seen from the Blue Demons today, and it comes in an opportunity to extend to a 7-0 run for this Blue Demons team. They traded points to begin, and it's been all Blue Demons since. That one finally drops, and Xavier just glad to see one finally go through the hoop. Chafee on to serve here, the junior from Kansas City. That's a long one, but it stays playable for the Blue Demons. Nelson, too long on that one. Don't want to let Xavier hang around. They've shown the threat to be able and get a 6-0, 8-0, sometimes even a 9 or 10 point run. Blue Demons can't let that happen here. And Wallace shanks it. And you'd imagine Coach Zidek going to be very quick triggered with her timeouts here. One more point, and I'd imagine she'll talk things over. 8-4 your score. Popped over and sent back. And Coach Zidek is going to use that timeout. So the 7-0 Blue Demon run answered by a 4-0 stretch by Xavier. We'll keep it here in the 5th set. Blue Demons trying to pick up that first win and snap a 4-game losing streak against Xavier alone. Yes, the Musketeers have dominated this series. Wins in 9 of the last 11. That last DePaul win against the Musketeers came in 2018. One of the 5 Blue Demon wins from that season. One of the few bright spots. But now they are searching for answers, trying to fend off this 4-point run by the Musketeers. We saw a season ago, DePaul was up 2-0 on Baylor. And then the Bulldogs came charging back and pulled off the 3-2 victory. The Blue Demons trying to get that going on their end. It would be a very monumental win for this young group. Freshmen getting a lot of big time, crunch time, high pressure points. And they'll try to close this one out here. Ellie Chafee stays in to serve. Blue Demons with the 8-5 edge. All tied up at 2 apiece. Again, it's the first one to 15 here. Wallace picks up her second kill of this 5th set. Meredith Wallace with a couple of big points. And that sends Donna Brown back to the line. The All Big East member from a season ago landed on the preseason list this year. Trying to keep her team calm out there. Sets that one up. But a double hit. Just couldn't get squarely around that one. And the Blue Demons lead is back down to 3. You'll trade point for point. But you'd like a little bit of a run to make this a convincing 5th set. Nelson. Oh, she crushes that one. 10-6. Here's Molly Murray. The top-ended serve that time. And Murray couldn't handle the return. And it's back to a 3-point set. Here's O'Toole on to serve. One of the 6 freshmen from a season ago, making big strides in her sophomore campaign. Up it goes. There's Meredith Wallace, and boy has she played a big role in this 5th set. Her 3rd kill in the 5th set alone. Contributing to half of her total. Did not appear in yesterday's match at all. And comes on to serve in some big moments for this DePaul team. That one put away nicely by O'Reilly. The teams will just go back and forth, which when you've had the early lead, you'll take if you're DePaul. There's Overbeck in to serve. Price. And no chance at that one. None of the 3 Musketeers there could get a solid hit on that return. And the Blue Demons lead back to 4, and Coach Peffenberger wants to talk it over. So we will stay here once again. Blue Demons trying to pick up that first win of the season. They started hot last year, won 8 of their first 9, struggled a little bit in conference play, but that was kind of the meat of the sandwich. The bread was the 8 of 9 to begin the year and the 3 of 4 to close out the season that they won, including a big win against Villanova. Can they kind of do the opposite this year? Maybe without the struggles at the end. Maybe it's an open-faced sandwich here with the struggles in the beginning And right now, the Blue Demons trying to turn the corner and get things going as they close out this weekend series with Xavier. They lost in 5 sets yesterday after having the 2-1 lead. Now trying to overcome a 2-0 deficit here on the Saturday matchup. Krasowski in to serve. Blue Demons sitting 3 points away. Painter had it blocked at the net. Now Donna Brown couldn't get a good hit on that one. Krasowski, too much to handle as she goes rolling over. And the lead back down to 3 as Kerrigan O'Reilly goes to the service line for Xavier. Price, no chance at that one. Oh, thought that may have been a 4th hit. And it's sent back the other way. So Xavier makes the most of a broken opportunity there. And they're back within 2. Set straight back. And that one goes long.
DePaul. Checking into the match to serve for the Blue Demons, number 6, Phoenix Lee.
Phoenix Lee in to serve now. This is a big moment for the young freshman. Don't gift the other team any points. Painter has that one sent back. We'll try again with Hopkins. She rolls that one over, kept alive, but Donna Brown can't keep it inside the lines. Blue Demons hollering. They thought that maybe it was a reach over the net that time, but they don't get any calls. And Franksman comes in to serve it away. Her team down by 2. Lee sets it up. And that one, good for Presley. Her 19th kill of the match. She has been excellent, and it is the first match point for the Blue Demons of this 2021 season. Can they close this one out here? Floated over, kept alive. Lee puts it up. Meredith Wallace skyrocketed into the air. Sent back by Brown. Ooh, maybe an early celly that time. And then the whistle and the double hit. So Brown thought she had closed that one out. You saw her start to turn back to celebrate with her teammates, and then the ball was still airborne. She thought she had gotten enough of that on the block. Second match point for DePaul. Chafee serve. Set up. Here's Wallace. That one finds the hardwood, and the Blue Demons complete the 2-0 comeback. How about the effort and resiliency from this group? They could have caved, and years ago they may have. But this time they come storming back and claim sets 3, 4, and 5 to pick up their first win of 2021. Meredith Wallace, fantastic in that final set. She had 5 kills, taking home a third of the Blue Demons' points. And this is one that when you look at DePaul and you see them having success down the road, they may point back to this match and say this was the turning point for this program. Blue Demons claim this one in dramatic fashion. They advance and pick up their first win of the season, and they'll take on Butler here in Lincoln Park next weekend. Some thank yous to hand out. Maddie Barrett as well as Alejandro Trevino. This has been a presentation of Big East Volleyball on DePaul All Access. Any redistribution or rebroadcasting of any audio or video of this event without express permission from DePaul University Athletics is prohibited. I'm Tyler Rocky saying so long. Blue Demons take this one 3-2 in DePaul.